Okay, so today we'll be profiling the Phantasm Spiral budget deck. This deck can be made for less than $20 if you make it like how I will show. So, first card is a staple of the deck, Phantasm Spiral Dragon. It's a normal monster, level 8, with 2,900 attack points, which is supported by all the spell cards that are from Phantasm Spiral playset. Next up, we will have Megalosmasher X, who is a strongest water type level 4 monster. And it's really important to have water type monster because we are playing Sea Stealth attack. So you can banish one water monster until the end phase, and it will protect all your face-up spell and trap cards until your end phase. It's really good for protection of your field spell, which is really important. More on that later. Next up, 7-colored fish, which is second strongest actually, level 4 water type monster with 1,800 attack. Next up, we have Painful Decision. It's basically a searcher for your normal type monster that is level 4 or lower. So you're gonna search one of these 5, and you're gonna discard one to the graveyard. So you're gonna actually mill the deck in addition to that. Next up, Heatwave, which is actually a great card. So you need to play it on start of your main phase 1, and nobody can special summon effect monsters, which means all these cards are free to go. You can just spam them. Anyway, next up, Terraforming, to get your Pacifis, the Phantasm City. Next up, Festival Spinning, or also known as Set Rotation, which is actually the TCG name. Set Rotation. With it, put yourself Pacifis, and on the opponent's side, you're gonna put the Closed Forest, so the opponent cannot activate any of theirs field spells that they could have. And you know how powerful field spells they can be, actually. And with it, if you have a Closed Forest, all beast type monsters gain 100 attack, which is almost nothing. But the main appeal of this card is field spell cards cannot be activated. Field spell cards cannot be activated the turn this card is destroyed. You totally cold block him if he is heavy reliant on field spells. Next up, Bottomless Trap. Great card, banishing upon summon. And next up is one of the 2 staple trap cards in Phantasm Spiral Dragon deck. First up is Phantasm Spiral Battle. It allows you basically to destroy one card on the field if you control only normal monsters. This card, you can search any Phantasm Spiral card using the Pacifis, because when you summon normal monster, you can search any Phantasm Spiral card from your deck. So that means you can search for Grip, you can search for Crash, you can search for Battle, you can search for Power, you can search for... you can even search for Phantasm Spiral Dragon, which could be used to, if you have some discard cards. Also, it can also be banished, and then all equip cards on your side of the field are redirected to the monster you targeted. So you can basically get 500 more damage, or you can get actually additional piercing damage, depending on which one of these 2 you control. Well, if you control both, you can get both, of course. Anyway, Torrential Tribute, it's really good card, especially in this day of age. Next up is Phantasm Spiral Power. It's a really good card. It's an excellent card if you control only normal monsters. So you need to have at least one. Activate this card from your hand actually if you could control Yumi, and Pacifis is actually considered Yumi when it's on the field. Actually, it's always treated as Yumi. Even better, because we're gonna need that for C-Cell attack. If you control Yumi, you can activate this card from your hand, and of course, opponent monster loses 1,000 attack and defense points. And in addition to that, the opponent's card effect, that monster's effect is negated, which is really powerful actually. And it can be used during the damage calculation, so if any monsters are actually equipped with the Crash or Battle or Grip, and you activate this on opponent's monster gets destroyed, and you get to summon Phantasm Spiral Dragon. It's always a good card. Anyways, next up is Sea Stealth Attack. So Sea Stealth Attack actually lets you to recycle your Pacifis. Also, you can banish one water type monster, and then your face-up spell cards and trap cards cannot be destroyed. Also, you can just destroy the opponent's monster if the main Spiral Dragon is fighting the opponent's monster. Also, next up is Skill Drain. So you basically activate it, pay 1000 life points, and the opponent cannot activate monster effects, and you can do. That doesn't mean anything to you because all your monsters are normal types. Also, Pacifis. Every time your opponent activates an effect, Pacifis summons a token to your side of the field, which has 2000 attack points and 2000 defense points, and is level 8, water type, worm type. Which means if the opponent battles that token, it's automatically destroyed. Also, when the token is summoned, you can add one Phantasm Spiral card from your deck to the hand, which automatically gives you another one of your searches. It's a really good card, and you really want to protect it. Also, you do not need any extra deck monsters, because if you have a monster with effect, you cannot use these two, and if you cannot use these two, you basically lose 30% of your deck power. So I would not recommend summoning any of these, except if you really need to win. For like an example, to go into Utopia the Lightning and things like that. And that, I think, is about it about this deck. It's really easy deck to grasp and learn. It's really powerful, and it costs almost nothing. So that will be it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.